ball.
Oh yeah, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Relatedness podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Modern, Simplify Records artist, Adapted Records artist, Lucky Royal Records artist, electronic musician. I'm here to share with you some fun news, some fun times, and this is the officially number 2. I've been working hard curating lots of fun guests for our podcast. Don't want to spill too many beans, but reaching people across all networks. A lot of people have said yes. There's some people who have said no in all different types of industries. Some people, I know some people who are doing all different types of things, and privacy is something that people appreciate, and I'm gonna respect that and say sign up to dollarpapeclub.com. Rolling papers in the mail every month. dollarpapeclub.com. Why go to the store when you can go to dollarpapeclub.com and become a member? Okay, just sign up, join the club. All right, so it's been a very fun time. I feel like the theme of I don't know if it's this week or the past few days, I think, is relationships. In terms of, I've seen so many things day to day. Even on a personal level, I go onto Discord, talk to some Discord friends, and one friend actually took their wife to a Maroon 5 concert, so that was kind of pleasant to see. On the, I didn't say it was bad relationships, I was just saying relationships, even this Relatedness podcast, coming together at this time. I wonder why. I don't know. Maybe it's something in the stars. It was the full moon last week. Might still be a full moon, but I used to do this thing where I used to release music every full moon. I'm not as in tune with the full moons, but random fact also, my friend who worked for a psych ward, on the full moons they would have to put the people who would outlash more. So during the full moons, there'd be people who would act up more during the full moons. Like, it's quite like, it's a real thing that people get a little crazy on the full moon cycle. So that being said, I hope you're just protecting yourself. You're being good to your mates. There was and then I go on Discord and someone else is having problems with their relationship, a good friend, and I was just talking to it. I recently split up with my partner over there not too long ago, so definitely might as well talk about these emotions while they're fresh. Very interesting time. Don't want to go too much into it because it's kind of personal. So let's talk about Elon Musk and Grimes. This is trending, apparently. Elon Musk and Grimes, iconic couple. We all know the Tesla man. I don't know if we all know Grimes, but she's a singer. I know Grimes because I come from the music world, and she's made some electronic music tracks, some pop music tracks. And after 3 years, they are splitting up. They say they're semi-separated. Semi-separated, but I mean, they have kids, right? So they are no more, according to the tabloids. So I was just like, wow, this is trending in the news, even more relationship stuff. Wow, I wonder what it all really means. I'm not sure. I guess, you take things from the relationship, whether it be good or bad. I think in my relationship, I'm grateful. Like I'm a homebody, so I definitely started just going to parks more often and appreciating the sunlight, getting the vitamin D. You got to remember to get your vitamin D, right? It actually, on a psychological level, definitely helps. But that's separate from relationships. But it's a crazy time. We're going into the winter. What they call it. Let's Google when is cuffing season. When is cuffing season? Cuffing season typically begins in October and lingers until mid-February. See, it's a real thing. Cuffing season has arrived. That's an article from November. When the weather begins to thaw, a stretch of time when people want to be tied down or cuffed to another person. Unfortunately, that's not, well, maybe fortunately, who knows, that's not the case. So, which brings me to a crazy scientific fact of the matter that are you ready for this? Drum roll. A tiny beetle mite species. Okay, this tiny thing, 1/5 of a millimeter size, have helped scientists prove that animals can survive for a very long time without sex. Boom. You see that? So, so I want to know what a very long time is. So apparently, this Oppiella nova is an all-female species. Whoa. And it represents something that scientists call a ancient asexual scandal. So why is it called a scandal? I don't know. They couldn't figure out how the beetles were managing to reproduce without having intercourse. So assume they must be hiding away from prying eyes of biologists. They say, this is a quote, there could be, for example, some kind of cryptic sexual exchange that is not known or not yet known, says first author study of the Dr. Alexander Brandt. So talk about a dry spell. That's kind of funny. It's comes from the University of Cologne and Göttingen. They survived for thousands, maybe even millions of years without having sex. There's another animal that could clone itself instead of reproducing. I didn't know a beetle was considered an animal, but that's really fascinating. Imagine surviving that long without having sex. Wow. You'd really have to focus on yourself, and I'm sure people do it, but not very many, I can imagine. Oh my goodness. Maybe we can take something from this tiny beetle. Really fascinating how it's a female species. I do find that men tend to be more of a dog. Maybe that's offensive to dogs, but they definitely tend to drool a little bit over, it's the cat and mouse type of game that has existed since the beginning of time. If you think of it, the throughout history, since the beginning of time, the man has wanted to club the female. Is that how it's done? Woo the female, club the female. So that way, I'm sure that's how it was done. Wasn't probably the best way of going about it. But, you know, just go through the history books and see for yourself. You can call me a liar, you can see for yourself. You know, Genghis Khan, apparently like 20% or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. A small percent of the entire earth is a family of Genghis Khan. So, oh my goodness, some history facts. I am, you know, I'm having a lot of fun with this. So, you know, we've come a long way throughout history. I don't know where I was going with that, but, you know, kind of cool to see that this tiny beetle specimen has learned to practice asexuality. Oh yeah, it's Genghis Khan and the dogness of the males. So throughout history, the males have. That's why it's called his story. You know, not her story. The history has been predominantly male. So definitely fascinating to see that this is a female species. Definitely the mentality as we go into 2020, you know, 2012 was even the female signal for the psychological shift of man. And definitely can be seen in many different ways. I think it's an exciting time. There's lots of advances to be had with personal growth. You know, there's an interesting story or that I heard. I don't know if it's a conspiracy, probably a conspiracy. So just getting to it, shouldn't even have said any of that. So the mothership of the aliens park outside of Earth, and they're like, okay, we're here to investigate. And they go into Earth and they investigate. And their job is to maybe analyze and help and grow. But it turns out that some of these aliens become attracted to our species, and then interspecial species, interspecial people, things come out of it. This comes from, I forget what, it's from a documentary. If you go on YouTube and you search, I believe it comes from the documentary that is massive monolithic structures, and it has an old dude in a suit like mine, or the young chap with a coat like mine. He's a scientist, German accent, thick German accent. I believe that's where I heard it from. So it's really interesting. You know, we have some beautiful things on this planet. Males, females. I don't blame the alien for being attracted to us. This is where we've gone. This is a podcast on relationships. Aliens do humans. Did you know that? And they're hiding it. No, this is something that could be searched yourself. You can check it out. But I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about some stuff, you know, the zeitgeist, what's happening, get a little bit more related on the Relatedness podcast. And thanks for watching. Nathan Modern. I'm going to take off. This is going to be my outro song. What's up? Subscribe, comment, share. Don't forget to share the good vibes.
You say you're unbelievable.